Hi, welcome to Learn the Algorithm with me. Today let's take a look at the 6AO valid palindrome. What kind of problem we need to solve? Well, we'll be given a string S and then return true if the S can be palindrome after deleting at most one letter from it. So first of all, we need to understand what is the palindrome. A palindrome is like a string ABA, when we are reading forward or backward, they are exactly the same, like this. The forward is ABA and backward is also ABA. So this is the palindrome. But now from this problem, we can delete it at most one character. It means that if it at first is not the palindrome, like this, the second example, A, B, C, A, we can choose to delete one letter, like delete B, or of course we can also delete C. If we are delete B, it will turn out like B, A, C, A, and then it still be the palindrome because reading forward or backward, they are still the same. But how about the third example is the A, B, C. No matter which letter we delete, like delete A, the remaining is BC, or delete B, the remaining is AC, or delete C, the remaining is AB. No matter which one we deleted, AB, BC, or AC, they are still not reading like forward or backward are the same. So these are not palindrome. We cannot make it. All right, so now we understand what is the palindrome and how we can make it as a palindrome, as this example allows us to do. Now we are thinking that how we are validate the palindrome, right? Now the question is how to validate a palindrome if it is. For example, like making more complicated example like A, B, C, C, B, A. If it is like this, well, I'm thinking about is using two pointer techniques. Why? Like we can have the pointers from the beginning and from the end. One is the left and the other is right. And we can also have the index here, something like that. All right, so if we have the left and right, we can just move these two pointers to the middle of this string, one by one step. And every step, we just compare it whether the character on it is exactly the same. So if the character on these two pointers are the same, they are the palindrome. But once if the left not equals to right, here the right and left, I'm not meaning the index, I just means the character there, right? And if they are not equal, we can say they are not palindrome. We can return false, right? But here, because from this problem, we are allowing to delete one. This is what we are allowed to do. Delete one letter, right? So for example, now if we are having this, we have a letter E here. When we are moving the pointers, one from left and one from right, when we are moving to the second place, at this time we can delete one letter. So it means that we can delete E, and then we can continue to compare the rest of the string to see if they are still the palindrome. Wait, let me think about that. So when we are moving our pointers, how we can decide which letter to delete, right? If we are delete the right one, all right, so here it is. So now we can assume that like if we are deleting, we choose to delete the right one. It means that we need to have a function to validate palindrome, right? We can have the start left point and right point, as well as the string. Let me make. So at first, I just put the whole string into this function to check that, right? And now when I decided to move one, probably the remaining string is this one, right? Now we also input the left and right into it and the remaining string, or probably we are removing this one. This is the second choice, right? If we are removing the left pointer, the next input is we can confirm this is the remaining string, right? The remaining string is still whether it is still a palindrome. So at least one of these, if they are made the palindrome, we can still set, yeah, we found the palindrome here. All right. So I think this is tall either. Every time we just put a string and put the left pointer and right pointer into the function and let it help us to validate whether it is a palindrome. And now how we are writing this function, that's the key to this problem. And also we can have a Boolean value to help us to check whether we already delete a character or not. Because if we are already delete a character, we have no choice to continue to like delete one of it, right? So here is the thing. When we are the left, when we also another thing is when we are stopped to comparing it is when the left and right pointer they are already at the same position, or if they are exchange their position, we have to stop it. Otherwise, we are continue to do this check. So here it is. So when the left pointer is at the right side of the right pointer, we do the check, right? So if one left is not equal to right, this is what we are thinking about before, right? But of course we can remove it here. We have to return false. But then don't forget that if we haven't deleted, we can have the boolean. If it's not deleted, we can call this function again. to check the rest of the string, right? Or here, if we are not using the string, we can say separate or the substring, separate or substring. So we can call the new left and right here it is. So we can call this function again. But when we are calling this function, we can probably like, if we are deleting the left side, we can say the new substring is starting from left plus 1, and then the right, and then the separate, or probably just still the string. And also the boolean already turns to be true because we already deleted. Or we can check deleted from the right side. So if we are deleted right side, right will be -1, and then pass the string and also pass the true to it. Any of these return true, that'll be good, but else just return false. So this is the next substring or next substrate to decide it. And after we go through the whole process, we can also return true because we cannot find any unmatched. If we have found any unmatched, just return false. So now we return true here. And don't forget to, after doing this, we need to move our pointer. Move left and right pointer to the middle. So now we already solved like how to validate this palindrome, and also solved like if we have to delete one letter. Here it is the part how we solve this kind of problem, like delete one letter. So this is our pseudocode. And now let's do the coding part. As I said, we have a function to help us check valid, or we can just like valid helper, right? And then we have to pass the left pointer and also the right pointer, as well as the string s. And then also the boolean value is deleted. Alright, so now while the left is still at the left side of the right pointer, we can check if the character on the left is not equals to the character on the right. We need to return false. But before we return false, we still have one more chance to see like if we delete one letter from it. And that would be like if it's deleted, we can return this function. Left plus 1 right s, and this will be true, or well, it is we delete the right side s and also the true. All right, So after going through this, if we cannot find any unmatch, we just return true. And for a problem, we can do like this. Return valid helper. Left is starting from a starting point, and right is the end of the string. And then this is the string, and also it's not deleted, it's false. All right. And any other color case is all right, so I'm thinking that if there's no string or any other conditions we have, we know like we at least have one character, but also we can check that s equal to null or s is equal to 0. The length of s is we can return like false because nothing there. Okay, now just run it. Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. I forget move the pointer as I said here. Don't forget to move the pointer. So one left need to +1 and right minus. All right, so why this fails? If any of them is true, that would be true, right? So A, B, they already deleted. So for starting from 0 and 1, 2, 3, and when we pass to here, it's still, yeah, so AA is equals, we just move the pointers. But when we move to B and C, here is if it is like 2 and 2, they are the same, they won't go to this row, and so it will be 2. All right, so now we have to like probably use the system output. All right, so this is the, if it's not deleted, we can jump into this process. Yeah, here it is. So that's the point. Like we should not, if it never deleted, we can continue to check the remaining part of the string. Now let's submit it. Yes, so it passed all the test cases. And now for the time complexity, we know that like because we are using 2 pointers, one is from the left and one is from right, we just go through the half of the string. So the time complexity will be big O half N, just half length of the string. And the space complexity is constant because we didn't use any extra data structure to help us. And I hope you can learn how we are valid a palindrome. Usually we just use a 2-pointer techniques to help us because it can just go through the whole string from left side and right side, just used half of the time. And if you think this video helps you, please give me a thumbs up. It'll be a really great encouragement for me. Thanks for watching.